sharing screen. Let me share it.
I'm sharing. I am able to see, but I'm only watching this your
But let
whatever you were
me.
typing. No? I was able to see that.
Yeah, can you see now?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, here if you go to your repository settings, and here there will be webhook. So here you have to click on add webhook, and here you have to give the Jenkins URL. Jenkins like URL, like if you have some IP, public IP, whatever you have,
Right.
30 8080, and the job name. Okay, and some token will be there.
Okay.
Okay, this thing we are going to see after some days. Okay, and then
Okay.
here you can see that just a push event. So whenever anybody does any push to your repositories, it will trigger a Jenkins. It will trigger Jenkins job. Okay, because of this webhook. Got it?
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah. Now what Jenkins job will do in the Jenkins job, as you have seen yesterday, there will be multiple stages, right?
Right.
So first stage will be pull or clone the Git repo. Second stage will be the unit cases and integration test. Third stage will be SonarQube scan. Okay, to detect bugs and errors or code smells. Okay, now once that is done, once all this succeeded, then only we will go to the stage 4. And stage 4 is to build a Docker image and push it to the ECR. And fifth stage will be, now suppose our application is of like we are going to deploy on the Kubernetes using the Helm chart. Then stage 5 will be set up.
Here the role will be Maven will come. Maven pipeline also we have created for
Yeah,
Java.
yeah. The Maven will be coming in this thing, running unit test cases and the integration test cases. Okay, so
Okay.
Maven is like just a simple command, maven install or maven build.
So we have to
Nowadays,
also install the plugin as well, right?
yes, you can use the plugin, or you can also without using in the plugin also you can do it. There is no issue.
Right, right, right.
So here we can run your maven commands. Okay, because you have already cloned your repositories, then you have to do like cd to git repo like this, and then maven. Here you will run the integration test cases. So there is a command in the maven to run integration test cases. I don't remember it now, but means you can see that. Okay, here you are going to run the unit test cases and integration test cases. And Maven is just a like tool for your Java application. Sometimes there will be Gradle. Okay, Gradle and Maven are same things. They are mostly used to package and build your product. Uh,
Okay, okay,
and uh, and it is a new tool. And currently I'm also using same thing, Gradle thing only to build my application. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
So if you do Gradle build, then it will run the integration test cases as well as the unit test cases. Where we will here. Yeah, once your image has been built, we will package our Helm charts and push to the bucket. Okay, now here the CI job will be finished. Okay, for development branch. Okay, it
Okay.
is for development branch. Okay, and
Okay.
because it was for development branch, what will happen? It will automatically trigger deployment job for dev environment. So we have yesterday seen it now. Means we can trigger another job
Yeah.
once this thing is done, right? We have seen it yesterday.
Right.
How
Right.
to
Right.
trigger, yeah. So same thing, same stuff. Here we are going to trigger a new job. Once this is succeeded, this job will trigger another job. Okay, that is a deployment job. So what this deployment job will do? First step is it will pull the Helm chart, and this thing will be parameter job. Parameter job means it will require some parameters like your application name, all those things. So like parameters, application name, image tag, environment, whole thing, Helm chart work. Okay, so we need to provide these things. Okay, and that will be automatically passed by the CI job. Okay, as we are building on it, we are going to deploy on the development thing. This thing will be already fixed development, and also we know the application name here because we know the Git repository. So here also they are going to pass the Git repository, like uh, product service. Okay, product service. Okay, and image tag will be dependent upon ourselves. Whatever we are going to create here now, the image tag we are going to pass it. Right? My tag. Okay, I'm going to pass it. And for the version, Helm chart version, I'm going to do 0.0.1. Okay, and the second step will be once we are provided all the parameters. Second step will be it will pull the Helm chart, and the Helm chart will be pulled accordingly this Helm chart version. Also, we have separate Helm chart for all our application, right? So it will pull only for this particular application, like product service we are already provided. So it will pull it. It will pull it. Third thing is extract the Helm chart. Okay, and fourth thing is run Helm command. But for that, what we need, we have to connect to the development cluster, right? So for that, what we are going to use, we are going to use AWS update kubeconfig, something like that, cluster name dev1, something like that, if you have this thing. Okay, and for that we have to add our Jenkins user to your kubeconfig file. Okay, once we are authorized with your cluster that's it, and we can easily deploy it. Okay, so for deployment we are going to use Helm upgrade install Helm chart version or application version or like release version. It will be usually release version, and we will keep the release version same as the application name, like product app. Let's say application name is also product app, and then we are going to pass the image tag. So whatever we have here, we are going to pass it. Okay, using this command, what it is going to do, it is going to deploy our application on the Kubernetes using this simple command. Okay, for now, I think it will be like four to your head. Okay, it will be very difficult to digest this thing, what I am doing. Okay, but once we go with the Kubernetes thing, it will be very easy. You can easily understand these things. They are just simple commands.
Okay.
Okay, so this is your CI/CD pipeline. So what? So CI/CD, it was for the development branch. Okay, it was for development branch. What it will do? It will deploy the application on dev environment. Okay, once the developer will once it is deployed to the development environment, what developer will do? He will test from his end. Okay, is this application working or not? Once he give the go ahead, okay, it is working fine. What we are going to do? We are going to deploy the same application onto the QA environment. QA environment. Okay. So in different organization, there are multiple ways how we are going to deploy the QA environment. For like for some organization, they will create pull request from develop and it will merge to the main branch. So what this thing will happen now? What they will do? They will merge the changes from develop to main branch. And if we are going to commit on the main branch, what it will do? It will again run the CI job. And what this thing will do? This thing will do again same thing. All these things it will do.
Okay.
It will do the same step, but this time CD will not happen automatically. Deployment will not happen. This thing will not trigger. It will not trigger this job. We have to manually copy whatever the build ID is there, help chart is there, and we have to build our deployment job. Okay. And what this thing will do? The manual trigger. Deploy on QA environment. Okay. So once it is been deployed on the QA environment, the QAs can test it. Okay, to find out all the bugs, all the issues. And once they think, okay, it is working fine, there are no bugs, then our manager or our team lead will decide that, okay, you should deploy it on the per or production. Okay, so for multiple organization, there are multiple strategies. Okay, so like here also manual trigger deployment to deploy on the per for product. Okay, so this is your strategy to for your CI/CD. Are you got?
Yes, I'm getting it. So CI/CD is the second stage, right? CD where we just trigger the development.
Yes, in that CD. So CI means continuous integration. Integration means what is integration? We are going to.
But whenever we are doing QA, so it's not automatically, right?
It is depend upon your organization or your branching strategy. In some organization, they will have different branch strategies. Okay, like here, because we have deployed, means we are pushing on the main now, and as the main is main branch. Okay, I think the main branch is what we can say. It is also main branch now, means it is a what single source of truth. Okay, it is a very important branch. So because of that, we don't want to deploy directly on the QA or anything anywhere else. So that is why we are not going to create any job. We are not going to trigger any job after CI on the main branch. Okay. So you got it now. Means what CI/CD? CI thing. What CI will do? It will integrate changes from the multiple developers. Okay. So its main use is continuous integration. So multiple developers are working on the same repositories, and they are going to do a continuous push and commits. Okay, depending upon their task. And our CI job task is to integrate all these changes and create a new build. Okay, so CI job will do create a new build. New build means, so in many applications there are different builds. Builds means, like for some applications, like they will require Docker build. For some application, they will require a .exe file. Okay, or binary. For some application, they will require only tar file, tar.gz. So usually these things are called artifacts. Okay, but because if you are going to deploy on the Kubernetes, then you are going to require a Docker image as artifact. Okay, so main use of CI is to create a Docker image. Okay, just remember one thing. Main use of CI job is, for your case, it is a create a Docker image. Okay. But when the Docker image is created, only if the we have successfully tested your code. Okay. If that if that code doesn't have any bugs or it doesn't fail any unit test cases, then only we will build this Docker image. Okay. So this stage will happen one after another. First, we'll pull your code. Second stage will be run your unit test cases. Third stage is do sonar scanning. And if this is succeeded, then only we are going to build a Docker image. And as we have seen, we can run your application easily using Docker run command, right? So we only require a Docker image, and we can run it anywhere because we can directly pull and push Docker images easily, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. So just so whenever the interviewer asks you, na, just say him whenever our developer do any commits on the develop branches, we are going to spin up a CI job, which will be automatically because of the webhook. The CI job function is this thing. CI job will do all these things. And
To
the
clone
last,
the
yeah, pull or clone. You can say clone the Git repositories, run the unit test cases. Second is do sonar scan. Fourth stage is build a Docker image. Fifth is package Helm charts. Okay.
okay.
Hmm. And the second stage is continuous deployment. So for our developer, just say him. So because we require like automatic deployment on the development environment, whenever the CI job is been finished, na, it will trigger a downstream job deployment job. Okay, automatically because there will be multiple commits now on the development because there is a continuous development is going on. Developer doing continuous pushing. So means it is very hectic to each time go to your build job again trigger it manually. So instead of adding a manual thing, we are doing all these things with automatic triggers. Okay, and in the CD job, what we are doing, we are just pulling our Helm charts and doing deployment on the Kubernetes using Helm commands.
Okay, so I just want to ask one question. So on daily basis, we have to create the job this type of CI/CD pipeline, or only once in a while or
Yeah, I
something.
mean, yeah. So the CI/CD will be only one time thing. Okay, if suppose we have like five
Okay.
services, na, then what you are going to do for like we have like auth service, some like product services there, some uh, user
What
services
type of,
there.
usually what type of issue usually we face in CI/CD pipeline?
Yeah, CI/CD pipeline will face like build is very slow. There is some issue in the Jenkins is down. Okay, like that thing we will face. Means it is not a unique issue every time. Most of the times will be your Docker image is not building because of some cache issue. The changes are not reflecting in your Docker images.
Mhm.
But if you are a good DevOps person, na, then you can set up a CI/CD variants that good that we don't have to look it again. Because in my organization also, I have set up it like from last 1 year. I haven't seen my CI/CD pipelines because it is running automatically.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
you have to create a script such like it will not depend upon anything.
Okay, okay.
Usually issue will be in your Jenkins slave, like slave memory is full. Okay, two jobs running parallelly and taking lot of memory, and like some AWS issues, sometimes permission issue, like we have to push your codes to like ECR thing, then we have to add the permission. Sometimes permission are missing, like suppose some Jenkins slave is corrupted. Now we have to create a new Jenkins slave. Okay, so but sometimes you don't know the permission, which permission you need for the Jenkins slave. because like some other person was working on that this job is to create a slave, but now he left the organization. Now you don't know anything. So in that case, it is very hectic to find out like which application you have to install, all those things. So many times you will be getting a error like Python not found or Maven is not working because someone not installed Maven correctly. So this kind of issue will face.
Okay.
And CI/CD is not means once you set up now you don't have to means go back again. There will be only small issues. Only during setup time you will face some issues. Okay, but once you set up, that's it. It's only one time thing. It will get automatically. It will build and deploy. Only for production build, we have to do a manual intervention. And mainly issues are coming because of some load. Like suppose we have like 20 application, 30 application. So because of that, we don't have enough memory on your slave. Then you have to increase your slave memory, or you have to manage your job such like that they will not consume all of your memory. You have to make your build faster using Docker caches, those things.
Okay. 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 So Docker cache where we can check it.
I think we have look at means have gone through this thing Docker cache means what is use of Docker cache. Like if you are doing like a run apk add tree git, and now in the next line we are running like copy thing. If there is no change, like suppose in your last time there was no change till this line na, then
Hmm.
it will cache all those things. Okay, so this step will not run again.
Mhm.
Okay, so it will save our time na, to install the git and all those things. So you have to do some hacks, like means you have to create your Docker file in such way that you know that this step will not change again. From this step onwards only the steps will change. Beyond this thing, nothing will change. So you have to use some tricks like that.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. So I don't know what they are going to ask me today, but I'm
No,
very worried.
we don't have to worry. You can say him so what you had on UCI said, just say whatever I explained. Just say him that we are going to trigger a job using webhook. So whenever developer do any commit on a double branch, it will automatically trigger our CI jobs. So just explain him these things, like what is CI and what is CD jobs, those things, and then he will ask you how you are deploying on the Kubernetes. Then you can say that you are using Helm charts. So Helm chart is like collection of the Kubernetes manifest. Okay,
What is Kubernetes manifest?
like suppose you want to create a pod. How you are going to create it? You need something, na?
Yeah, kubectl run and the port, right?
Like like this thing. Okay, so this thing is Kubernetes manifest. It is for the role binding. Like if you want to create a like pod, like you can go on the internet also, like Kubernetes pod. If you go, click on first link. Now we want to create a pod. How you're going to create it? For that you require some YAML file, right? So this will
Right.
create a Nginx pod. Okay, so this is a manifest file. Pods dot simple dash pod.yaml. So this is a manifest file. So for your application, you require something now. For your application, you require deployment. Okay, deployment is like there will be replicas of the pod. Okay, so we are going to cover it in the, I think it was only for like EKS, but I think I should teach you basic of the Kubernetes also. That is, I will teach you basic of the Kubernetes. What is the deployment? What is the persistence volume? Those things are needed. Mm,
Okay. So what I will say, I work on CI/CD pipeline. I create a pipeline for the mostly for the Java project. For that I use the Maven and the SonarQube. SonarQube are used for the code smell and the error detections and the bugs.
right. Yes. Right. Exactly.
And the Maven are used. Maven is required to build a Java-based applications, right?
Yes. Right.
It's a
Manual
build.
Gradle.
It's a
Yeah.
build tool, right?
Right. Yeah. Build tool.
And if we want to automate it, then we have to integrate the Maven with the Jenkins so that it will integrate the CI/CD job, right?
Right. Yes. Right.
Right.
Uh,
So
don't say
this
CI/CD job. You can say CI
yeah,
job only.
only
Yeah.
CI job.
So
CD
yeah.
means
CI.
CD is different, right? When the
Yes.
CI
Right.
process is completed, then it will start the developing phase. It will come into the CD phase, right?
Yes.
And
Right.
if it is in testing environment, the automatically the development will start automatically, right?
Yes.
If
Yes.
we
Right.
right
That is
and
a CD thing. That is a CD. Continuous deployment. Okay.
continuous deployment, right?
Right.
It will extract the file. It will just go. It will take
Pull the
the
Helm charts.
the
Pull the
it
Helm
will
charts.
it will pull the Helm chart from the S3 bucket, right?
Right. Yeah. S3 bucket. You can say that we are pushing all our Helm charts to the S3 buckets. And in the deployment job, we have parameters like what is the application name, what is the
So
Helm chart
in
version.
the CD job, we have to just also give some parameter, right? Application
Yes.
name, image, what image we are going to use. The image will be available in the ECR, right?
Yes. Right. ECR. But Kubernetes will download that thing. So we have given permission to our Kubernetes nodes to uh, to pull the images. Okay. So
Okay.
that thing will happen once you do Helm upgrade.
Helm, yes, sir. Deploy application development. So Helm upgrade, we need to do it. Okay, install Helm, guess I can install production app. Okay, that's we will learn later because I do not have any idea about the Kubernetes. So these things I came to know about maybe after 2 to 3 weeks, right?
Yes, right. Two, three.
So
I
basically,
think
I'm focusing today. So basically, they are looking for a person who can create a CI/CD pipelines, right?
yes.
So that's why I don't know what they will ask in interview, but maybe after almost only 43 minutes is left. So what we are going to do it today? So anything you can, all any idea you want to give me about the CI/CD so that I can.
I think I already given. This is the only CI/CD. This is the main purpose of CI/CD. We only do this thing. CI is the build a Docker image, and CD is the deploy the application on the environment, like
Can you give me some
Kubernetes.
idea about kubectl command, a little bit of some basic kubectl command? Because Docker, I know Docker run, Docker inspect, Docker build. I have so that I can tell in front of them these are the kubectl command I usually work on them.
Yes. So what they will do? How you check the pods?
Hmm.
Mm,
So it's a kubectl ls, right?
Yeah. No, it is a kubectl get
Ports detail,
pods.
right?
Yeah. So if you do this thing, it will show all the pods in the current namespace. So current namespace is the login.
Okay.
So it will do give all the pods. If you want to see all the deployments, you can do kubectl get deploy. So it is a deployment. So what is the deployment? So deployment will create a pods. Okay.
And if
So
I want to check the nodes also, I can also check, right?
yeah,
kubectl
nodes.
gets nodes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I need to check the any nodes details, so I need to type kubectl inspect and that
No. Not inspect. It's a describe.
describe.
This
Okay.
describe node and this thing. And they will ask you means how do you debug your application?
Give up.
Your application.
Okay.
They will ask you means suppose there is an error. Like suppose there is error in your application, how do you debug it?
It's a debug,
Then
right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
what you can say, you use the kubectl logs command. I'll show
Yes,
you.
yes.
Like suppose this pod is not working, it is in the container crash loop backup thing. Okay, then what you will use, kubectl logs -f and the pod name. Okay, so here you can see all the logs of the particular pod. Okay, to quickly check it. So they will ask you, what are the common causes of the pod to be cache loop backup. So you can see that there will be an image pullback state. Like suppose sometimes we given the wrong tag in your deployment file. In that case, node is not able to pull the image. So in that case, pod will be in the crash loop backup stage, or there will be
Crash,
some
crash,
crash loop backup.
crash loop backup.
Yeah. So
Crash.
sometimes there will be error from developer side. There is a error in his or his or her code. Okay, maybe they have pushed the wrong code and that code is not working fine. So because of that, our application is not working. Okay, so in that case, what you can do, we can easily find out using kubectl logs command. Right, you
Okay.
can see the logs of your application in this thing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sometimes they will ask you how generally you debug your application. First thing is check the logs. If and try to debug it. Okay, if it is not working fine, what we can do? If if you think okay, you cannot solve it, then you can ask the developer to check the logs if there are any issue from development side.
Development or application side, right?
Yeah, application side. Application side. Okay. If he says okay, it is working fine, there is some issue from your end only. Okay, then you can try to debug some other thing like some networking is not working. Okay, you can find out this thing, networking is not working. You have misconfigured some the configuration. Okay, because of that thing, this thing cannot happen. Okay. Yeah, so this thing mainly ask in the interview for the Kubernetes, like why your pod is not working. How do you debug your pod? So you can say this thing.
Okay. Okay.
What else? Yeah, I think you're good in Docker, so Docker you can easily handle this. Kubernetes, kubectl. Yeah, they will ask you mostly use kubectl commands. So we can say kubectl get pods, get deployment, get config map, get secrets. Okay, this thing you can see. And suppose if he is asking you like how do you handle multiple environments, okay, then you can say that in our config map we have different config map for different application. Here we have specific fields. Okay, like suppose we have some value is different for development environment, some is different for staging environment. So this thing we are defining in our values file in our Helm charts, which is populating this config map.
I just lost your voice in between. Now it's just connected.
Oh, okay, sir. At what stage you lost my voice?
When we were discussing about the troubleshooting.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay, so as a troubleshooting, they will ask you how do you debug your application.
Yes,
Then
right. So,
yeah,
so you told me that you have to check with the developers, you have to check the kubectl logs, and also you can check if
network.
any problem with the networking, right? And after
Yes,
the
right.
you can also see if any mismatch in the configuration as well. So that thing you
Right.
can.
Mm. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So these things is for the debugging your application.
Mm.
Mostly focus on the logs, means you will get everything from the logs only. You will search if you are not finding anything, you can just post that log on the internet. You can find many GitHub issues, GitHub links there, or Stack Overflow links. From there, you can try to debug it. Mm. So just saying, must focus on two things. One is you are looking at the logs, okay, seeing everything from the logs and trying to figure it out from logs. And if you're not getting, and if you're thinking, okay, it is not issue from DevOps side, then you ask the developer, please check the logs. And if there is issue from application side, please debug it. These are the two most cases. Mostly these things will common occurrence for log issues, pod issues. And what else?
Get
Yeah, they will.
deploy. Get deploy means to deploy. Get deploy. Get
No,
secrets.
so deploy means you have like pods, no? So
Mm.
if you want to have like 3 replicas of the same pod, okay, then in deployment we can specify that thing. Like if you want the 3 replicas of the same pod, like suppose I don't have that cluster with me now. It is just my testing cluster. Like create a deploy. Like suppose if you want to create a pod, 2 pods of the same application, then you can use the deployment. Now if I do get pod, here you can see that there are 2 pods, right? Right. You're saying it, na? You're saying 2 pods. They're
Right. Right.
up and running. Okay. So because of deployment, it is creating 2 replicas. But suppose if you want to create a pod, like now suppose I'm deleting this pod. kubectl delete pod, and this pod I'm deleting.
Okay.
Now I've deleted. Now I'm going to see a pod again. What do you see? Still there are 2 pods, no?
Right. Right.
Right?
Right.
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 Why? Because it is because of this is of the kind deployment.
Okay. Okay.
Deploy will make sure that there will be this many number of replicas, okay, at a time. Okay, so suppose if you're deleting any pod, it will create another pod because it has to maintain this many replicas for that application. Now suppose if I delete this deployment, I'm deleting it. It is going to delete all these things. Okay, now you can see that there are no pods. Okay,
Right.
now I'm going to create a new app. Okay, my app. Now this time I'm going to create a pod. It is not a deployment. Okay. Okay, now pod is being created. Here you can see the pod has been created. It takes some time because the first, if you do kubectl describe pod my app. So here you can see all the events for that pod. What it is doing, first thing it is pulling the image. Okay, then creating a container. Okay, so these are the event for that pod, particular pod.
Okay.
Now I'm seeing this pod. Now suppose I want to delete it. I'm going to delete it. Delete pod. My app. Now I'm going to get a pod. Get a pod. What do you see? There are no pods, na?
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah. But at the last time, it was spinning a new pod. right? But this time it is not spinning a new pod. Why? Because
If we want
it is
to spin, so we have to use the kubectl deploy, right?
what?
To spin a pod, right?
Yeah, means to create a pod or anything, there are multiple commands. Okay, you can use the shortcut commands like kubectl run my application and the image name like nginx, or you can use kubectl apply -f and the manifest file manifest. Like, let me show you means how you can create a bit one. Now if I do kubectl get pods, you don't see anything, right? Now suppose I want to create a new pod. Okay,
Right.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to create it using this thing. So this is our manifest file. Here we are defining all the configuration for our pod. Okay, so it is of the kind pod. Okay, and here we have defined image is nginx. Okay, now I'm going to create it. So what is the command? kubectl apply -f and the file path. So here file name is test.yaml. So I'm going test.yaml. Now here you can see that we are getting the status pod my app created. Now see kubectl get pods. Yeah, so we are seeing this thing. So we are created a pod using this command kubectl apply -f and the manifest file name. So this is the one way. Another way is like using imperative commands, like create this thing directly from the command line. You can create a pod. So it is limited option. If you want to create like simple pod, then only use this thing. Otherwise, we mostly use this manifest files like this.
Yes, yes.
These are the manifest file. In your Helm chart also, means in the Helm chart you have this manifest file. So only difference is we have variables, like in the image name, here in the name we have variables. Okay. Yeah. What else you want to ask anything?
We just whatever, like, just I am worried about the interviews and all. So if anything or any tips you can give to me to clear, because they usually ask on which tools I usually work upon, and like what type of applications is deployed through that or something. So this type of question they usually ask.
Yeah, you can say that we have mostly deployed the APIs on the like Kubernetes thing. Okay, so it is very easy to work on this thing. Say you can say that we have created Docker files, so they will
So
ask you
they will check
how.
automatic to Terraform, work in Terraform, Ansible and Jenkins. You know? So they will check the cloud concept. Okay, they will check monitoring. So I can say CloudWatch, right?
CloudWatch, there is a
Prometheus.
Elasticsearch is there. Elasticsearch, Prometheus,
Yeah,
Grafana.
ticketing tool, ServiceNow.
Yeah,
Huh?
Grafana.
Yeah.
If they want for login side, you can say we have worked on the Fluent Bait.
So Docker and Docker registry. So Docker registry is the website, right? Where we usually just pull our images, right?
Yeah, pull and push your images. It is like a storage for your Docker images.
AWS and Azure. AWS patching no, configuration tool Ansible, shell scripting yes, bash scripting, networking VPC and networking, Kubernetes cluster yes work. So CI/CD pipeline yes. So these are the things which they will check.
Okay, then they will ask you how you monitor your application. Then what you
Yes.
can say, we have installed node exporter and kubestate matrix. Matrix exporter as a daemon set. Okay, Jupyter Matrix export as a daemon set. Daemon set means it will run this pod on the every node. Like here we have like 3 nodes, na?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
it will deploy that particular exporter on each and every node. So it will deploy on this node, this node, this node, all the 3 nodes. Okay.
Mhm.
So what is use of these things? Because of this thing, it can scrape the matrix,
Mhm.
matrix of each node,
Mhm.
and on all the pods deploy on this node, Okay. What it will do by scraping? Once it is scraped, it will push on to the Prometheus.
Mhm.
And once it is pushed to the Prometheus, then you can have alert manager to which can send alert to your channel. We have suppose you can say you have configured some Slack channel or Teams channel to send alerts to your particular channels. Okay, if the pod is not running, you are sending alerts to your Slack channels. And also we have Grafana. In Grafana, we are creating a dashboards.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this thing you can say. Okay, and now they will ask about logging part. So same thing for logging. We have deployed FluentBit on as a daemon set. Daemon set means it will run on. What is daemon set?
Daemon set is just we have to daemon set to run that.
No, so daemon set it will deploy the pod on each and every node. So we have like 3 nodes. So it will deploy the pod on each and every node. One pod here, one pod on this node, one pod on this node.
Okay.
Okay, so that is use of daemon set. But why we are using it? Because we require the logs stored on the each node now. Because pod will deploy on the any node. We don't know on which node it is deployed. So we
Yeah.
want to scrape the matrix from each and every node. So for that we require the agent on each and every node. That is
Yes,
why
sir.
we have deployed that as a daemon set. So daemon set will run on each and every node. So they mostly will ask you what is the difference between the daemon set and deployment. So in deployment, there is no guarantee that it will run on each and every node. Okay, and here we only specify replicas like 2 or 3 replicas, but here we don't specify any replicas. It will, but by default, it will run on each and every node. Okay, here we specify how many pods we want to run. Like suppose if you want to run 2 pods, it will schedule all these pods on any node. It can schedule on the same node. It can schedule on 2 different nodes. We don't know. Okay, but here we know that it will schedule the pods on each and every node. And what is the count? Count is same as the node number. Like here we have like 3 node now. It will create 3 replicas, 3 pod on each and every node. Okay. So remember this thing, they will ask this thing. What is daemon set versus what is the deployment? Now we have deployed the FluentBit. Second thing is it will convert log to appropriate format. And push it to the Elasticsearch. And once it is pushed to the Elasticsearch, we have like Kibana to visualize your log or see your logs directly from the UI or the browser. Okay. So this is for the logging and this is for the Kibana. They can ask, yeah, they will ask what is a Terraform, why do you use it, and what are the commonly used Terraform commands. You can say Terraform init to initialize your modules or providers. Modules. Then ask what is it? What the next thing we are going to do? We are going to do Terraform plan. So what Terraform plan will do? plan will show you what kind of changes you are going to have. It will, the plan will show you. Next thing is Terraform apply. So in this command, it will create the resources, whatever you have specified, or whatever you have seen in the plan. Okay.
Right.
Now they will ask you.
So lots of things. So DevOps engineer means you are a god, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Initially.
Are you enjoying your job, right?
Yes, I'm enjoying. Currently, I'm working on everything. Now I'm also doing development also. So for me, it is a very stretch now. Means I'm
It's
working
very
on
difficult.
yeah.
Very difficult.
Initially it was difficult, but I love these things now. All these things.
That's why, because you know very much in depth these things. But yes, yeah, but I am very, very weak. I am good in
but remember one thing: every master started as a beginner. So
yeah, I know, but they will also give me the difficult task in the project. How I will do it. So I need might be the person like you who can support me in initial stage for 3 to 4 months times, right?
Yes. But you joined as a manager, no?
So I don't know, because even with the manager, but they want me to work as an engineer.
Okay.
So might be I'm not understanding what type of role they are expecting from me. They want me to work as a, because when I asked from my manager, he told me that the Jira ticket will come and you have to work on that ticket. Okay, so this is, I don't think so they are going to give me any team or something upon me or something. If I'm going to manage a team, that is fine. So I should have a only overview about all the application things and something like that, as a team lead, correct? So what technology work, how work, so my team will do all the thing. That is fine. That will be very easy for me to do it.
Yes, right.
But if they expecting me to do these things, so that is also. But if you want to do anything now, so first you should also aware about all the things, and then you can guide your team and something like that, right?
Yes, right. Yes.
Well, this is the things. I don't know. It's almost 29 minutes left for my interviews and all. So I don't know what happened. Might be not in this project. Might be they will give me some other project. If I will not get selected today, might be they will give me some other project as well. Do you have anyone known in SCL?
SCL, no, I don't know anyone in SCL.
No problem. I become your known. So you can say Omkar is my known in SCL. Hired me as a manager. I don't know why they are treating me like this, something like that. That's why I was worried.
Yeah, they haven't given you any team yet. Means if your position is manager, I think they should give you team, something like that.
See,
but I think
see this. If I'm sharing my screen, okay. To be honest, I'm sharing I'm sharing my screen. Huh? I don't know. Might be, if you will see now, I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. And I will show you. When they share me the GD, I was very confused. They shared me the GD. I will show you the GD. That was very easy GD. That I can do it very, very lightly.
They took your interviews,
When they took my interviews, right? If you will see, I will show you the email. They said that you have to take care of the backup, you have to take care of the EC2 instances running over there, something. So the name is Bikram.
Okay. I guess then
This was see. So DevOps, AWS DevOps discussion, okay? And the GD, they have shared me this panel request you to join bridge. We blah 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 blah. What they have expecting primary skill. Installing, maintaining EC2 instances, then I can easily do it. Monitoring the environment, okay. Responding effectively and speedily if any problem. AWS DLM, S3 bucket, schedule a backup, manage a backup, certificate manager. This is okay. So good to have. Azure user creation, IAM role and access management. That's I can do it. Secondary skill, Python for migration activity, cyber security knowledge. Nice to have. the asset management tool like Falcon and Offstam, working knowledge in firewall and network topology. This was the job description which they have shared to me.
Okay, I guess then you will be working as a infra level guy or admin level guy.
Yes,
so different.
Yeah. So this is the admin. This job is very good for me. I can do it. Correct.
Right,
side. Yeah. But now they change. Now they are saying that you have to work like if you have to. You should know CI/CD pipeline. You should know this thing. So it's totally different, no?
Just miss. That is not a good thing, I guess. Miss, if they hired you for specific role, they should give you a specific role. If they want you to move to different role, then they should give you some training before this.
Correct. If I will ask, now they are saying you know this, you know, because I'm new, I don't know what to do. Correct. So he asked me, you work on Jenkins. I say yes, I work on Jenkins. I work on Terraform. I know this. So because I need something, because I'm feeling some insecurity, right?
Right. Yeah. Miss, it is difficult. No, miss, if you are new to all these things and you're like upper management level thing, it is very worried for people.
Correct. And they hired me as a technical manager. Now they want me to deploy as an engineer or something. They automation engineers or something like that. That is not a good thing, no?
Right.
Maybe they do not have a resources. That's why they are doing like this. Correct.
Yes. Right. Then if that project is like small, repetitive from scratch, then it is a good thing. Means you can learn from scratch. So this no, most of the people don't get to work on from scratch. Okay. If it is from scratch, then okay, so you will have like hands-on on all those things.
Yeah, correct. I think if they can work and they can put me under a shadow or something, right? And they ask,
right, yeah.
So that they ask me to learn Kubernetes, learn Azure pipeline. They expecting me lots of things from my side nowadays. I will just today I will give the interview, but from from next onward, I will ask the simple questions to them. Right? I am from AWS side, admin side. I need a project from AWS admin side. Because whenever you shared me the GD, that was totally different, and now your expectation is totally different. So this is the thing which you see this in a big organization, how they are just fooling the people. Because of that job was suitable for me. Might be I was understanding that might be under me the team will work. Correct. So because of that, otherwise why I will come to the SCL.
Yeah, that is why I left my last organization. I think I left my last organization within like 1 year.
Because I recently, because of the SCL, I left my previous organization within 2 months only.
Why not?
So this is the only problem, because I cannot leave SCL, because I don't know why they are just doing like this. I will just simply told, if they want, I can search like that, give me the project like admin level jobs, okay, and I will work. Yeah, I don't know, because I'm very much in pressures and feeling very insecurity. I'm not. If I'm learning the technology from you, and my mindset is become very disturbed nowadays, like you can understand, because I'm not able to concentrate. I don't know what do I study, what I if you are in admin, that is good to know about this.
Right. Yes, I'm getting this. Yes, I'm getting your feeling. Yes, yeah. So you don't know what thing you have to work on in the next thing. Okay, so it is very confusing for people. Like what to learn is you are going to learn on Docker or
Correct. I don't know what role they will give me in the project. Might be they will just give me to create CI/CD pipeline. I'm just sitting and I'm only creating CI/CD pipeline. That's it. Nothing I'm doing it. It might be the case. I don't know what is the customer expectation. They want CI/CD expectation. What they want might be I'm understanding. Might be if they will hire someone from DevOps side and experience, having a 5 to 6 years experience. Might be they're asking would be very high. Correct. Like 36 lakhs. Might be they want to utilize me in the lesser pay. Correct.
Yes.
Might be. I don't know what thinking is going on in their mind. So yes, tomorrow I'm going to speak with my manager.
Just ask him. So your expertise in the AWS side, you are good in this thing, and you are not you don't know what is your future path. Things it will be good if they can explain you on which part you are going to work, on which technology, so you can prepare those things. You can ask that to him.
They will give me 1 month time. I can easily learn.
Right, you can
You
learn
can
anything.
understand after when you were teaching. So you see now my level in Docker is very good as per the previous one. So I can
Yes,
easily learn things. Correct. I'm
yes,
a good learner.
yes, right.
I'm
Yes,
not a
right.
person that I cannot learn the things, but I don't know what they are expecting. Today I will give the interview, no issues. But tomorrow onwards, because it's almost more than 1 month, it's 1 month time. I joined SCL, so I'm also feeling insecure nowadays, and lots of things going. I'm not able to concentrate on the study as well, right? So I
Right.
don't know what will happen or something like that.
Yeah,
I
this
will
thing will
just
happen. It, it's happened with a lot of people, not only you. I can understand. Lot of
if
my friends also face the
this
same
kind of
issues.
thing they were means if the client is just like that, so they can also schedule the client interview with me now before
Yes.
joining to the SCL, correct?
Hmm.
Now they are scheduling, now they are saying you have to search. It is very difficult. First you did a hard work to get into the SCL, correct? Now you are
Yes.
also struggling to get a project in the SCL. This is also bad things, correct?
Yes, right.
So this is something that I'm not understanding here. First of all, you struggle to get a good company, like, and then after that, you just face challenges to get a tagging into the project. That is not a good thing. Yeah. I'm very fed up like that. So I never preferred. I will also not prefer you to work with this type of companies like Big
Yes,
Pro,
means I
SCL.
had I had offer from SCL. Means I
Never come to SCL, bro. I'm
yes.
telling you. Here is a
That
lots
is
of
why
things.
that is why I never means I had like 11 or 12 offers
Yes,
earlier.
yes.
Like I had an offer from a good company, but I will
Was the
never come
offer.
to like service company.
One of my friend who told me that no, I come to SL is a government job like that, blah blah
Yes,
blah blah.
right. Yeah, same.
So
Yeah, same thing.
he told me. So I just came here because I also need some relaxation. I having 14 years of
Hmm.
experience. I was thinking that I can work life balance and all something like
Mm-hmm.
that. But now after coming to the SL, I'm struggling to get a job. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
Means it's just like you are searching a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
more difficult. You
Yes,
can
and you
easily.
don't know the future. Means you don't know the path. Means on
I don't
in
know
which
the
path you
path
have
and
to go. Yeah.
where they are going to deploy me, if they
Mm.
are deploying me or something like that. Might be after 3 months or 6 months, they can say, no, we are not able to find out a project for you. You can leave. It might be the case. Correct?
Yes. Yes. That. Yeah. And then in that case you have to upskill yourself.
Yeah, so this is a very, I never recommended. Now I am
Yes.
feeling that I never recommended to work company. Wipro is the same. TCS is
Mm.
better than, but they have a very good
I.
relationship with the client. If they had someone, the client will not
Mm.
ask too much questions. They say, okay, that is fine. If you hired, this is your responsibility. You how to manage it, correct? And
Mm.
they taken the interview internally and they deploy it. If the client interview and something is very difficult to manage. Now, client might maybe client say no. There is they need one reason to say no. Correct?
Yes.
Hope I'm not